Rasty McGibbon with Indiana Tech Women's Division I Head Coach Scott Hicks. Scott, thanks for coming on 5 Minute Major.
Thanks, Rasty.
You guys, number 8, coming into day 1 of women's play, knocking off number 5, and actually it was 3-0 until they pulled their goaltender, and you guys got one up 4-0, and then they got a couple. When they popped a couple quick ones there, any level of concern or?
No, I love the way that we were playing, and I think we, you score 4 to build that lead for a reason, and it more or less was just settling the team down and just understand that, hey, we stick to what we're wanting to do here. Don't panic. It's a minute 18 left when they made it 4-2, and I think we just had to take a deep breath at that point. Yeah, they pushed a couple, and at that point we just had to settle in.
When you come to this national tournament, it's inevitable that you will likely face someone that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
How much of a complexity does that pose as a coach?
A little challenge here or there, but there's enough cross-divisional play where we can get a pretty good sense of teams based on who we play and who they do, and kind of results based on the whole year. So there's so much film out there. You can get a pretty good read on teams by just doing your homework and studying. And I felt like we prepared extremely well these last 2 weeks, and we're ready for what they had to throw at us. And I think it showed out there.
When you look at preparation, I've spoken to some ladies here, some teams, they've been off for 3.5 weeks before they get back on the ice here. You guys seem to really come out of the gate today. How has that not been a non-issue for you guys?
I think this time of year you go one of two ways, and there's some coaches that push hard. I'm more of a less is more type of guy. We gave them several days off. Practice we kind of built through, and then as we got into last week, we went through a normal routine. Our practice weeks are kind of scripted to where we want to get things done on certain days, and we stuck to that. We didn't deviate from our plan, and I think giving them some time off to rest and kind of work through the week, making it as normal as possible was huge, and something that I've been doing here, and I think that's just some experience that I have coming through this for the last 15 years.
I think when you look at the United States and Canada, there's a tremendous amount of homogeneity between women's hockey in those two countries. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about establishing the pipeline to Alberta. We just had Genesee on, pride of Southern Alberta there, product of Southern Alberta women's hockey. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think for us, I think it's a very under-recruited part of the country and part of the hemisphere, actually. And I think there's a lot of really good players that just want an opportunity. And when we started up in 2020 during COVID, these kids had very few opportunities out there, and we were fortunate enough to have a vision for what we wanted to do, and some really good players in our junior class bought into that. And that just really set the table when we had success here in 21, winning a game in the national tournament, making the quarterfinals again with a bunch of freshmen. And I think that laid the foundation for those kids back there to realize, hey, this is an opportunity for me. And we have some great connections out there, and use them and continue to build and continue to pipe into that oil well, as we like to think. Right. And I think it's just a great area for hockey, and they produce great young women. They're tremendous human beings as well.
When you look at 10 women's teams make it to nationals, yep, with the exposure that you've had here in years previous, do you feel that you've seen after attending the first nationals just exponential growth in terms of recruiting, scheduling, just notoriety and exposure of your program?
100%, and I think that was what really catapulted us after year one. I thought we were way ahead of schedule, a bunch of freshmen coming in here. But we had success with 2.5 lines, and I think it allowed us, our sophomore class, which Genesee is a part of, was tremendous in realizing, okay, this is an opportunity that I can really flourish in. And then our freshman class this year just added to that depth, and we saw that with our fourth line and the way that they played today. So giving us that ability to have opportunities and depth throughout our lineup and spread it through classes has been a huge piece for us. And going in next year, having 8 girls signed right now, and I think it's going to be big for us, just adding more depth to what we want to do and continuing to grow and layer our classes, so to speak, so we don't have 19 freshmen every 4 years. But it's been a huge recruiting tool. This is a great platform for us, and the success that we're able to have and have had has just really opened players' eyes that this is a legitimate program that I want to be a part of.
Speaking about legitimate programs, just real briefly, touch on the opportunities that you think that the ACHA provides for not only women in Canada, women in the United States, to go on and pursue a university education, but then actually continue to participate in the game they love, which is hockey?
I think it's only second to a Division I scholarship. I don't think there's a lot of opportunities, and people ask me through the recruiting process, are you going to be there for our 4 years? Listen, there's not many opportunities that are better than the job I have. And Division III, Division I love where I'm at. I think the ACHA is completely undervalued, and it's growing, and I think that the tide is turning, but for American players especially, those 4 letters are be all end all, and it's not what it is anymore. The success that some of our teams have against NCAA Division III teams is huge. We had a team go up in Midland this year and beat 2 CIS varsity teams up in Saskatchewan. So I think the opportunities are huge, and since I started in 2010, it's only gotten a lot better. And I think that's, for me, why I stayed in the game, why I want to keep pushing and grow the game. And I think it's seeing the fruit of the labor for these kids and the opportunities that they have. It's really what makes this game special.
Well, Scott, thanks very much for this. I want to say congratulations on a day win one, and enjoy your day off.
Thank you.
Get to the weather's fantastic, eh?
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yep,
it really is. This is Scott Hicks, Women's Division I at Indiana Tech. Tech, yeah.